I'm going to wait for a few more people to come on, but basically what I'm doing is drawing Santa Claus. Whoops, put the camera in backwards. I will be drawing Santa with oil pastels. So I guess we can see how that goes. I can't flip the camera, I forgot. That's a little bit annoying. Hopefully, yeah, alright, I'm just gonna wait for 30 people to get on and then I will start. Alright. Hello. Hey guys. Yeah, I'm good. Hey Chris. It has been a while since I've done one of these. So right now you can see, all right, 15, 25 people. 25 people are on right now. That's good enough. Yeah, Merry Christmas. It's been a while since I've talked to you guys. I missed you. All right. So as you can probably see, I've started off with a Santa sketch. I didn't do this on camera because it took forever for me to try to get the proportions right. But I will be drawing this with oil pastels, which I've gotten pretty good at over the past little while since that bear drawing I did. So these are the colors I'm going to be using. Make a Christmas doodle of your family. I actually did do that, except not for the video. So right now these are the colors I'll be using. These are the skin tone colors. These blue, gray, and white will be for the whites, like his hat and his beard. And these are, oop, not this one. These are for the reds. So now that we have enough people on, I guess I can just start. And feel free to ask questions along the way. I'd be happy to answer them. All right, so I don't even bother erasing these lines because I'm just gonna aim this here. Oh yeah, don't forget to like the video if you want to see more. It's been a while since I've been on here, but I promise I'll be making more recent videos, especially because school is finally done. I've been given so many assignments. Now that's okay though. That's why I joined the advanced program in the first place. All right, so what I'm doing basically right now is starting with the dark, what's it called? Shadows. How did I forget shadows? And I'm going to be moving on to the highlights after. So since this is my darkest color, I will start with that and add like random little blots. I don't know, little spots where I think shadows would be. So especially in here, just a little bit, and by his ear as well. Just basically on the curves and a bit, just kind of all over the place, so you know it's fabric. All right, so now I'm going to add a little bit of gray in here and just push really hard. I'm pushing really hard to try to get all the color I can in here. Just in where the shadows go, nowhere else. Well, actually, maybe I'll put a bit just in here so it affects how this works, or how it's going to blend with the highlights. Kind of looks like the dad from the King of the Hill dressed up as Santa. Huh. You know, he does a little bit. I tried to make him look like super happy, but he kind of looks a little bit intimidating, so hopefully I can change that. All right, I'm going to move on to my lighter colors, and I think I'll grab a different color besides blue, maybe like a very light pink, because I think that might look good. Oh, and a green. Kind of Christmassy colors, I guess. All right. So I'm just going to add a bit of green in here and a bit of pink. Because no matter how many mistakes you make with oil pastel, you can always just push hard and put stuff on top of it, and it looks like there wasn't any mistakes made at all. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is add a bit more highlights here, like so. Try to make it look more white, less colorful in here because I made it a bit too bright, but that's okay. It's not too hard. And I think it'll look good if yeah, that looks pretty cool. Let's see. No, that is not hands. That's going to be Santa Claus. Oh, I love these live feeds. Thank you very much. I enjoy making them. All right, I'm just gonna blend these together with the oil pastel. Like so, with a white oil pastel, I should clarify. And I guess while I do this, I can talk about where I've been and what I've been doing. I had a lot of assignments in school, but that's kind of a sucky excuse. I think my best answer would probably be I wasn't very motivated and I had a lot of work to do. And whenever I have like something else on my mind, I just can't get into the mood of, wanting to draw. I don't know if that goes for anyone else in here who likes to draw as well, but whenever I have something in the back of my mind, like if I have an assignment that I have to do, I just can't get into the mood where I feel like I want to draw. Even in my art class, which is weird enough. But yeah, now that there's a break, I can assure you guys that there will be a lot more videos coming out. And I can't give you a sneak peek or anything, but I am working on a relatively cool painting of an alligator. And he's like, kind of like in the graffiti style. I've been practicing with street art style because hopefully Edmonton will open up a legal wall again. They just closed all of them recently, so I can't spray paint anywhere until they open it up. So right now all I really have is like this saran wrap thing that I put between like two posts, and it makes like a wall that I can just take down at the end. It's less fun. All right, just gonna add a little more blue. And then I'm going to come in with my lights and just push really hard and make a bunch of like kind of stripes coming out, like clumps of the fur of his hat, like that. And I think, oh, by the way, I'm not sure if I already mentioned this, but if you get the opportunity to try oil pastels, make sure that you have like a brush with you so you don't have to worry about these little beads getting in the way. Make sure it's a brush that you don't like, especially if it's oil pastels and not like a regular chalk pastel, because it destroys the brush. It's super hard to clean. That feels like it's a cool color. Oh, getting Bob Ross vibes. Well, I'm happy to hear that. He is a awesome artist and I look up to him. He's super cool. I watch a lot of Bob Ross videos whenever I feel like I need inspiration, especially for my landscapes, because he has really interesting like color choices, I guess. I like what he does with the sky. All right, I'm going to move on to his forehead. So right now, this is basically kind of what I want. I'm going to come back and do a little bit of extra detailing on there with pencil, I think, pencil crayon. That way I can get a little bit more detail. And again, I'm starting with the shadows. So I'm using this dark pink color on his forehead. And since he is older, he likely has a bit of a wrinkly forehead. And now what I can do is come in with my slightly. I think that's the same color. That's kind of weird. Looked completely different to me. I guess I'm just, not very good at looking. I was gonna say, I guess I'm just blind, but I actually have bad eyesight. Not blind though. All right, I'm going to add the highlights in here. Now, all of this is a lot easier if I had a reference, which I completely forgot about before I started recording. But that's okay. I'll figure it out. I feel like I really like oil pastels because they look like oil painting. They look like paint. And I'm pretty sure that's actually why they were invented, to touch up oil paintings. Correct me if I'm wrong, of course. But I think that's why they were invented. Oh, I actually learned something pretty interesting today. So, since Santa Claus originated in, I believe, the Alpines as a way to, well, they said there were three noble men of Christmas. One of them was Saint Nicholas, Santa Claus, and then the other one I forget the name. But Santa Claus would go around with this creepy demon thing called the Krampus to scare kids into being good, basically. And I think that's kind of hilarious that they would tell their kids that. And I think his name was Sinterklaas. I was just learning this today. It was good timing too because I was lacking things to talk about during this live feed. All right, I'm going to read the chat really quick. You need an I'll figure it out t-shirt from Josh. Oh yeah, that's a pretty cool idea. Is that like is he making t-shirts that say that? I didn't know that. Sorry, I zoned out a little bit. Whenever I get in the zone while I'm drawing, I usually have a tendency to zone out. Right now what I'm doing is just adding a little bit of extra detail with a pencil, and I'm going to go over with the darkest shadow on where I'm putting the pencil marks to create more of a contrast. And so it's easier to tell apart his nose from his face. Yeah, he does say that a lot. I didn't know he made t-shirts though. That's really cool. I think I might actually get that. I am starting a bit of digital drawing. I'm probably not going to do a lot on YouTube with it, but it comes out with really interesting, like, it's a lot cleaner, so I can print it on shirts. So I think you should be seeing a lot more shirts coming from me on Teespring. I have a couple designs that I put up. I put the skull one up. I'm putting the skull, if you haven't seen it, on a t-shirt. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's on my channel. Nah, it's like stuck on that. I can't take it down. I'm just going to take the camera off, actually. That'll probably be easier. You see my mess of oil pastels? That one right there is going on a shirt. I was going to put this elephant on a shirt, actually, but I don't think it would look very good. I might just redraw it. Also, I did this painting of a hand. Don't mind the mess. I was just cleaning it up. I did this painting of a robotic hand, and it's going up on eBay actually tonight. So, it's up for auction, I guess. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, Sinterklaas and Dwart Pyatt, I believe. Yeah, I couldn't remember his the other guy's name. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like when more and more people were figuring or learning about the Krampus, a lot of people actually made, well, a lot of movie studios made like scary Christmas movies with the Krampus, and I thought it was actually kind of hilarious because There's like absolutely nothing that I find scary or that anyone really finds super scary about Christmas. It's like such a happy holiday. Why would they make a horror movie about it? Well, I have no problems with it though. I don't think it did very good in the box office since it's the only place I've seen it was on Netflix, and that's kind of where movies go to die, except for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and a couple other ones. But if it like stays on Netflix for a super long time, there's a pretty good chance it didn't do very good in the box office. Like for example, the Lego Movie 2. I was not a huge fan of that movie. I feel like it wasn't nearly as good as the first one because in the first one it had like subtle jokes, more adult humor, like mature humor, and in the second one it was kind of like potty humor throughout the whole thing. Was not well. I'm criticizing a movie about Lego characters, so I mean, all right. I think should I do black or should I make his glasses like a very like colorful? I think I might make them colorful. I was going to do like wire lenses. Oh, thank you very much, Joe. Yeah, it's I think I might do like wire lenses with this or not wire. I said that so many times and that's not what I meant. Uh Metal lenses. Lenses. All right. Metal frames. Geez, that took me a while. I must be really tired today. Yeah, that's okay. This is turning out pretty cool so far. I am liking how the white is very colorful and blue. I'm going to do a bit of blue highlight or add a bit of blue highlights onto his eyebrows, like so. And I also need to make sure his nose actually comes down to, or the color on his nose actually comes down to the other half of his nose, and there isn't just a big white spot there. I'm just gonna add with my, what kind of pencil? 4H pencil. Just add a bit of a highlight or outline to guide where I have to fill in. I think I actually might make this a dark gray. Oh yeah, long time no see. Uh, it has been a while. I'm glad that I'm back. Oh, I also, if you guys didn't see, I put up 2 new videos very recently. It's been like a month and a half since I put up one of these, or maybe even longer. But I am glad that I get to come back on here and talk with you guys. I'm just going to add a bit more of an outline here. I had an interesting Zoom class experience that I might share with you guys. Yeah, I'll share it. So basically what we do is in Zoom class, it's like a FaceTime, except you have to go on with your teacher and they give you homework and stuff. But it's hard to tell when your microphone is off or on. So there were multiple occasions where I didn't know that my microphone was off, and I blew my nose like really loud into the microphone, like comedically loud, and the whole class went silent. The entire class went silent, and I didn't know what happened. But it turned out that I just blew out the speakers of everyone trying to listen to my teacher's Zoom class. So that was a little bit embarrassing. There was a much more embarrassing one though, because we were in English class. We were supposed to be reciting Romeo and Juliet. I was Romeo, and I completely messed up the lines, and I started reading like Juliet's lines. So that was a little bit embarrassing as well. But besides that, it's been it's been okay. Um I'm really happy that the holidays are finally here. I'm excited for Christmas. Hopefully, with my Christmas money that I will be saving, I'll be able to get a new, oh, what's it called? Pyrography set? A new wood burner, because the one that I have is good for like tanning wood, like making it a little bit darker, but it is terrible for making super deep lines, like making black lines. I actually had to use a blowtorch at one point because the wood burner was not hot enough. I think I might just fill this in with a pencil. I didn't show that in the video. I probably should have, but I couldn't set up my camera where I was. I couldn't set up my camera where I was where I was torching it. So there's a little chunk in the video where there's like a big change in how the drawing looks, and that is why. All right, this is looking pretty cool. Now I just need to make sure that the nose does not look like it's part of his cheek. So what I'm going to do is just basically what I'm doing now. Just add super dark shadows, then I'm going to blend it in a bit. Oh, also, those glasses would not come up onto the bridge of his nose on that side. So what I'm going to have to do is just kind of push really hard and cover that up. And it looks like it worked. I can also just blend this in like so. Oh, also, this is a two-part video, so this is the first part. I think I should have the second part up tomorrow. I will have the second part up tomorrow. So you guys can join and chat just like today. I'm just going to read the comments really quick. That's a non-cartoonish Santa is... Oh, that non-cartoonish Santa is awesome. Well, thank you. I think it's turning out pretty cool. I might just get a, like, dark oil pastel. I have a little set over here. Because I don't want to have to use my pencil any more than I have to. It makes it look like it's, super chunky. I don't know. It makes it look rough. I'm not a fan. So I'm just going to... like that. All right, that looks pretty cool. I think it looks relatively okay, so that's good enough for me. I'm gonna add a highlight on his nose. Even though he has a shiny red nose, I'm not doing that. It's too late. Just add a bit of shadows and highlights on here. Maybe I'll do this. There we go. Alright, so I am going to go inside of the lenses now, and I'm going to make it a tiny bit lighter and less harsh, so you can tell that there's actually glass in there. Eyes are always a little bit difficult to do with small pastels like what I'm using because they're hard to control in small areas. Oh, thank you very much, KT. Oh, those eyes are very realistic and well done. Thank you very much. And to answer Joe Teeter's question, I did not learn from anyone. I taught myself. I'm a self-taught artist. Basically, this YouTube channel, actually, you guys are the reason that I know how to draw like this. You would push myself, and I still do push myself to learn new techniques for almost every video. Like, excuse me, the oil pastel video that I made, first time ever using oil pastels. I've never used them before. And for the wood burning video with the guitar, that was the first time I've ever tried wood burning. So thanks to you guys, I am learning lots of new art techniques. Should his eyes be blue or brown? What do you guys think? Blue or brown? I'm thinking blue might be cool, but it wouldn't really look like Santa. Maybe he would. Let's see. What do you guys think? Blue? All right. I'm going to pick out a darker blue so I can add those little lines in the iris. And maybe it'll look... Yeah, these two. I actually had to do a self-portrait with oil pastels for art class. That was a nightmare, but it was still kind of fun. For any other artists out there or watching this that have tried a self-portrait, I'm sure you can relate with me when I say that is the most frustrating thing I've ever drawn was my face. I don't know why. I mean, it changed the way I look at my own face. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. But like I didn't well, I guess it also changed the way that I draw noses because before my noses that I drew were not very good at all. That's why I kind of stuck to animals because their noses are not very hard to draw. You just kind of have to just put a black dot. That's basically what most animal noses look like. I hope things settle down soon. Yeah, me too. The self-portrait? Oh no, you do not want to see that. It looks like it doesn't look like me. It looks kind of like me if I was I don't know. I don't know how I would describe it. I'm not happy with it. I'll just leave you guys guessing. Just imagine like a really weird picture of me, like with a super skinny head. Oh, I'm adding a tiny bit of red in here for the shadows, and for the pupil, I didn't take out black yet, so I'm going to need that. Maybe a darker blue, super dark, so I can add more shadows in the eyes. And a little bit of pink inside the white of his eyes. Now I can add the white. Oh, also I add a little bit of yellow to the eye so it doesn't look super fake. I don't know. Well, it sounds like someone might be here. I'm going to have to wrap it up soon because it's almost time for me to eat. All right. Now I'm just going to add an outline for the eyes because it's too hard for me to try to draw that with an oil pastel. All right, let's see. Oh, the kids are playing catch with the dog. I don't know why I said the kids like I wasn't part of them. Those guys. Yeah, they're messing with the dog. That's all right. Chewy has been super calm over the quarantine. He's I don't know. I guess he's learned to be calm around us. Like during my Zoom classes, he'll actually join me. He'll sit on my lap, and that's kind of cute. And he hardly barks anymore. That's like the worst timing. Barked right as I said that. I'm gonna add a little bit more shadows, some more underneath his nose. And now I can start working on his mustache. I think, oops. Enjoying your stream. Well, thank you very much. Maybe having you there more often has made him calmer. Well, it's definitely not me who's making him calmer. I think it's just because he gets yelled at more when he barks. Like, before he could just bark at the window and no one would be like, Chewy, no noise. Well, I guess that would make it me making him calmer, huh? I guess. Alright, now I'm going to start working on his stash. His famous Santa mustache. And I'm going to add the same blue that I used before for the shadows. Oh, and under his nose has to be relatively dark because his nose is casting a shadow. And actually, I'm going to back up with my camera a bit. It looks like it's an oil painting a little bit. Not a very good one, of course, but whatever. I'll figure it out. I got plenty of time. I'm going to add more white, not white, more highlights near his eyes because they look a little bit off. I don't know what it is. Eventually, I'm going to know what it is, especially when I walk away from it. Whenever I walk away from a piece of art, or when I look in a mirror with it, when I look in a mirror with it, it helps me look at it from a different perspective, and it actually is what helps me make my drawings more symmetrical. I did not look in a mirror, or with a mirror. I did not look in a mirror with this sketch, so it looks a little bit off. That's okay. What are you gonna do, you know? You know what? Even though the blue eyes look cool, it doesn't really look like how I think of Santa. So I'm just going to really quickly just put some brown on top and then Yeah, I feel like that looks more like him. I was thinking blue eyes this whole time, but I guess that's not really how I imagine him. That looks a little bit more like how I think of him. All right. Except in the Coca-Cola Santa, he has blue eyes. I don't know. Whatever, it's fine. Now I'm going to add the white. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to add the colors I added for the hat up there. A little bit of the skin tone, not a whole lot. A little bit of this yellow, just at the bottom. And now I blend it all together with some white. Like so. And it looks like super soft right now, so what I'm gonna do is just push really hard. Oops, well, I broke it. Whatever. I have a bunch of them. Kind of like that. Yeah. Yeah, alright. It froze. That was a little bit annoying. I'm in the basement, so the internet is pretty bad down here. It's like probably the worst internet in the house. And we don't have very good Wi-Fi here. Like, to take calls, we have to step outside of the house because we can't make out what they're saying. It's kind of funny. Mostly annoying. Pretty funny, though. Add a little bit of red to his lips. I'm going to use a pencil here for his mouth. Connect. That's a bit annoying. I don't like that it keeps disconnecting. All right, I'm going to add a bit of skin tone up here. Well, to color in his skin, obviously. Oh, and on his ear, I almost forgot. The ear is probably going to be the easiest thing to draw because it's just a little, I don't know what I would call it, but it's not super complicated. Yeah, that's basically all I had to do for the ear. What I'm going to do now, besides blending this a little bit, is start on the beard. So, again, with this color of blue, let's see. We put our Wi-Fi in our master bedroom. It seems to make a difference instead of having it in the bonus room above the garage. Yeah, we have it. That's exactly where we have our Wi-Fi box, so maybe that has something to do with it. It's buffering a lot, so I'm probably gonna have to hop off the live soon, but I'm going to finish this beard before I do. Crappy Wi-Fi is not going to stop me. Or maybe it will. I hope it won't. Scroll up a bit. Oh, let's see. Um, Looks kind of like your dad in the eyes. I'm not sure what I meant to scroll up to see. Oh, let's see. Oh, internet and cell phones don't like bricks. Um, yeah, it's lagging too much for me to scroll up any further than that. But if you would be willing to repeat yourself, I know it's kind of annoying, but could you please?
Do you want me to tell you?
Sure.
There, she said that it kind of looks like it's too dark under the nose, and you don't want it to look like blood.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was supposed to blend that in. I completely forgot. Thank you. Yeah. No, his nose was not supposed to be that red underneath. Thank you for reminding me. It was looking. I knew something was off about it. There was just something. All right, I'm going to blend this and this and a little bit in here and up here. And although there's little pieces sticking up, yeah, I'll just brush that away. All right, so I'm going. Yeah, it's yeah. Is it back now? That's the worst. It keeps buffering. Super frustrating. All right, I'm just gonna add an outline for here. And when this is done, I think I might put it up for sale if anyone is interested, or I could just make a different one. Epic voice crack. Yeah, my voice has been cracking since the beginning of this YouTube channel. I don't I don't think it's going away. Super frustrating. Again? It's buffering again. Oh, okay, never mind. All right, so I'm just going to really quickly do this because a combination between my phone dying, the internet being terrible, and me having to go eat soon. I am eventually going to have to leave whether I like it or not. All right, so I'm going to add some yellow in his beard. Maybe it's like a light shining up on him or something. That would be kind of cool. And blend it all together with the white. I think this is white. I hope it is. All right, so just blend it all together. And of course I'm going to add a little bit more blue because I don't want it to look like it's not meant to be there. Like it's a different color, I guess, than the rest of the picture. All right. That's blended kind of nicely. I'm going to add a bit of blue, bit more blue. Like so. And now I got to do this to the beard. So just push really hard and drag it. Push and then drag. Ugh. I'm pushing really hard, but I also don't want it to break, so I have to support it with my finger. Oh, another thing you can do with oil pastels that I forgot to do was you can use like a knife or something with a sharp edge and just scrape it off. Come on. Alright, so it was buffering again. I apologize, guys. There's not much I can do about that. Besides cry, of course. I guess I wouldn't fix the problem. I'm looking for my drafting brush that one of my subscribers got me. I think I put it over there. My phone's about to die, though, so I'm going to have to wrap it up here. Whoops. So, this is where we got so far. Looks very realistic. Well, thank you. I think it looks pretty cool. All right. So, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for part 2. And until next time, bye.